Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by His Excellency Ambassador Mohammad Ashshazly, the former Assistant to Foreign Minister. It's a very good afternoon to you, Mr. Ambassador.
Good afternoon to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time this afternoon, Mr. Ambassador. Let me start off by asking you about the most recent developments with regards to the United Nations General Assembly, which has overwhelmingly voted to endorse a declaration outlining a tangible and time-bound as well as irreversible steps towards a two-state solution between Israel and Palestine ahead of the meeting of the world leaders. Can you walk us through the significance of such an announcement and in favor of recognizing the Palestinian state?
In fact, it is a very positive step in the sense that an overwhelming majority, 142 member countries,
yes,
have voted for the resolution, 10 have opposed. And it is very significant to realize who the 10 are. Of course, the United States and Israel, and then half of the 10, 5, are countries like Papua New Guinea, Palau, Micronesia, very small entities. I will never ridicule or criticize a country because of its area, its population, its military power, or whatever. But, you know, these countries have never been active on the international arena in any international case. To throw their weight with the United States, I think this is an infamous way of practicing politics. This is also shows that the United Nations system has to be reviewed.
Yes.
We cannot have, you know, the Security Council where one country alone blocks what the whole world wants with a single vote in the Security Council.
Mm-hmm.
At least a step forward would be to annul a Security Council veto if the issue has 2/3 majority in the General Assembly.
Yes.
Or else, you know, the international system will not work. And it is not working in many very delicate and very sensitive cases.
Absolutely, Mr. Ambassador.
The General Assembly has voted for a Palestinian state. And I think this comes in the venue of the legal status of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Israel gained the legal status because of 1947, a partition resolution of the United States, of the United Nations, which stipulated a Jewish state and an Arab state.
Yes.
So this comes in accordance to this.
Mm-hmm.
Having spoken about the positive side of the resolution,
yes,
I will move to the negative side.
Mm-hmm.
I am dismayed by the resolution condemning Hamas for the 7th of October action. Not a word of criticism, let alone condemnation to the atrocities that Israel has committed and is still committing in Gaza. I think this is scandalous and undermines the authority of the international organization.
Yes.
And this, I think, this resolution was meant to appease everybody. And it ended up by disturbing everyone. Some of the Arabs are happy with a resolution of a Palestinian state, but I'm sure some like me are appalled and dismayed by the condemnation of Hamas and speaking about the hostages kept by Hamas. I'm not mentioning the hundreds of prisoners kept by Israel, some of them for over 10 or 15 years, and some of them are children, and some of them are elderly people. I think this is horrendous that the United Nations should take such a stance.
Absolutely. Mr. Ambassador, let me ask you, sir, how do you see, this meeting and this vote as working towards, a turning point with regards to international international recognition of the Palestinian cause and Palestine as an independent state?
This is, the key word, an independent state.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we rejoice at the issue of a Palestinian state, but neither Israel nor the United States nor most of the NATO allies envision that the Palestinian state is an independent state. They see it as a demilitarized state, a state where Israel controls entry and exit and controls its airspace. I think, pursuing this idea of a Palestinian state will lead to further chaos.
Right. Finally, Mr. Ambassador, just before I let you go, of course, tomorrow a very important meeting is being held with regards to the latest developments and the Israeli attacks on a sovereign state in Qatar and capital Doha. And a very important meeting is going to be held over Sunday and Monday, bringing together leaders from all around the Arab world. How important do you see the Arab nations' solidarity, and what are your expectations of this summit?
I think, the international reaction to the Israeli attack on Qatar is really vigilant. This is a military attack, taking into consideration that they said that they were in pursuit of the leaders of Hamas. The leaders of Hamas were not in Qatar to plan attacks on Israel. They were in Qatar because there is a process of negotiation that is hosted by Qatar, and the United States is part of it, and Israel is also part of this negotiations. So to lure the leaders of Hamas to Qatar and try to assassinate them, I think this is a heinous international crime where the whole world should stand against it, and where the Arab countries should realize the degree of weakness that the discord has brought upon them.
Right, I'm going to have to leave it at that. I'd like to thank you very, very much, Your Excellency Ambassador Mohammad Ashshazly, the former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you, sir, for all your time and your insights on today's edition of Arab Affairs. And we move to more news, where a Palestinian was killed and others were wounded by Israeli occupation fire near a distribution point of humanitarian aid in the Gaza Valley area in the central Gaza Strip. The occupation troops also opened fire directly against scores of humanitarian aid seekers. We have the details in this report. The Israeli military said Saturday that more than 250,000 people have left Gaza City for other parts of the territory over the past few weeks, since it intensified its assault on Gaza's largest urban center. Israeli occupation military's Arabic language spokesperson Colonel Avichai Adrei said according to the military estimates, more than 250,000 residents of Gaza City have moved out of the city for their own safety. The United Nations estimates about 1 million Palestinians live in and around Gaza City. On Saturday, the Israeli military dropped leaflets urging residents in western districts to evacuate. as Gaza's Civil Defense Agency reported continuous airstrikes. Israel has come under mounting international pressure to halt its offensive, but says it is determined to dismantle Hamas in what it describes as one of the group's last strongholds. In recent weeks, the occupation military has primarily targeted high-rise buildings, saying they were being used by Hamas. The United Nations and members of the international community have warned against the military's assault for fear it will worsen the already dire humanitarian situation where the UN has declared a famine. According to the Civil Defense Agency, Israeli strikes have now killed 5 people since early morning on Saturday. Meanwhile, a barrage of airstrikes killed at least 32 people across Gaza City. On Friday, at least 50 people were killed across the territory.